friends, it's Mrs. Valentine.
And Miss Molly.
It is a Friday morning, and we are going to quickly do a morning meeting. If you happen to notice, we are even wearing our Friday football shirts that we wore all fall. And
Go Eagles!
Yeah, we won't dwell too much on Molly's ugly talk there, so we will move right along we're going to do a morning meeting just like we always would. So what we're going to start with is we're going to start with a good morning song. So I'm going to take a request from Miss Molly to see what song she'd like to sing this morning, and then we'll get busy with our work.
Okay. Do we want to do what? It's just the good morning song, right?
Well, we can sing The More We Get Together. We can sing Let's Get Started. We could sing Good Morning by name, but it's hard to do when I don't get to see everybody's shiny face and they don't get to have.
I got you. Could we do The More We Get Together?
Sure. All right, friends, why don't we get a little sway on? We're going to go side to side, and we're going to sing The More We Get Together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. The
more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be.
Because your friends
are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be. I love that one.
I feel like my computer isn't exactly lined up like I would like.
Oh, that's perfect. I can see
that now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So last time, since we were together last time, something's changed. The month has changed. We're going to look at this word right here. So before we try to figure out what month this is, can we figure out how many letters are in this word? Miss Molly is so eager. She already has an answer. Miss Molly, how many letters are in the word?
3.
She's showing
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. And it starts with what letter, Miss Molly?
M.
Very good. So we need a month that starts with an M. Let's try to think about that. Do you think this says March?
Nope.
In her head. Miss Molly, do you know what this says?
I do know. It says May.
Oh, let's read it together, everyone. May.
May.
All right, so here's a big kindergarten question. Friends, how many syllables are in the word May? Ooh, I like what Miss Molly's doing. She's clapping. Miss Molly, how many syllables were there?
May.
Let's do it together. May.
May.
That's only 1. Very good, Miss Molly. As we reflect back, that's a really short word. Do we have any friends in our class whose names only have 1 syllable?
Let me think about it. Yes. No. We have 2 friends that the name that we call them only has 1 syllable.
Is it Vivian?
No, that's Vivian.
Ooh, no, Miss Valentine was really wrong. Who has only 1 syllable?
One of our friends, his name is Sam.
Sam. Good. And who else has only 1?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, it's Tug.
Also only 1. And they also only have 3 letters in their name, Miss Molly. So it's like May, Sam, and Tug all have only 1 syllable. All right, so friends, that's pretty cool that we are now in the month of May. We've been not doing morning meeting every day. So when we first got together at the very beginning of the year, we talked about how important it was to get to this number. If you could count to this number, you were pretty special. So, Miss Molly, do you know what number this is?
I do.
I'm going to hold off to see if anybody else knows. Does anybody else know what number this is? What is it, Miss Molly?
It's number 10.
It's number 10. Very good. So we had said that if you could count to here, this was good. Then we we have some tricky stuff right here in the middle, and then it kind of starts grooving again. So what we want to figure out is what goes right here. But before we figure out what goes right here, let's review some of those other numbers. So, Miss Molly, we're already off to a really bad start. Do you know what we forgot?
I didn't know if you wanted to do calendar first and then do it. Do you want to do it right now?
I don't know. What do you think?
Maybe we could do it after calendar.
Okay, let's finish with the calendar, then we'll go back. All right, so we're going to review some of these numbers, then we're going to figure out what goes right here. So if you know what number this is, raise your hand. Molly, what number is this?
Number 4.
Very good. And Miss Molly, do you remember what this number is right here?
I do. It is number 12.
Okay, now I have a really, really hard question for this number right here. Put your thinking caps on for just a minute. If you can think of another word we learned for this number at some point during the year, that would be really great. So if you can think of another word for the number 12, raise your hand. I'll give you a hint. You might need it if you went to Dunkin' Donuts or to Naval Bagels. Do you think you know? Miss Molly's raising her hand again. Miss Molly, what's another word for this number?
A dozen.
Very
Or dozen.
good. Yep, it is the same as a dozen. So this is number 12. All right, last question. Let's see how smart everyone is. And what number is this, friends? Miss Molly, what number is this?
Well, I used to think that that number was a 6, or I'd get it confused with a 6. But now I know that it is a number 9.
Very good. So if this is number 9, Miss Molly, do you think you or our friends could look at the calendar and find the number 6 and point to it on the screen?
I'm going to point to it. I'm sure they can point to it.
And is it this one right here?
Uh-huh.
Very good. All right, so friends, this is the number 6 right there. Very good. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to try to figure out what comes after this number. Miss Molly, what is this number again?
It's number 14.
Okay, so here we go. We're going to figure out what goes in this column right here. So here we go. Let's start counting here at the top. Ready? 1, 2,
2,
3,
3,
4,
4,
5,
5,
6,
6,
7,
7,
8,
8,
9,
9,
10,
10,
11,
11,
12,
12,
13,
13, 14, 15.
That is the one. I'm going to hold up a couple of numbers here. If you can show me which one is number 15, that's the number we're going to need for today.
I'm pointing at it. You can't tell.
If you're pointing at this number right here, you are a pretty smart kiddo. I'm going to put that right here in this column right here, which happens to be the Friday column, which only means one thing on Fridays in Miss Molly and Mrs. Valentine's classes, that we get to sing the
Friday song.
So all during the year, we worked really hard on learning how to do a silent scream that looks something like this. Always really, really great. So we're going to sing the song, and then you get to decide whether you want to do a real scream or a silent scream. Miss Molly, what do you think you're going to do?
Well, I've got lots of friends in my house doing work and at work and schoolwork and stuff. So I'm not going to do a silent scream, but I'm not going to do a loud scream. But I will make, a joyous noise.
And I know for sure that my daughter is taking a quiz in the next room. So I'm going to go with a silent scream, though she's listening to me with this voice the whole time. So I don't know how much more a scream could distract her, but we're going to go with the silent scream. And on 3, we're going to sing our Friday song. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Today is Friday.
All day is Friday.
From
early morning
till sun
till
goes
sun goes
down.
down.
You'll
You'll
never
never know, dear,
how much
I love you.
Please don't
Please don't
take
take my Friday from me.
Today is Friday.
Yay, it's Friday!
So exciting. Since I was so excited about singing the Friday song, like I said, I seem to have forgotten that we need to give proper attention to our flag and to our country with the Pledge of Allegiance. Miss Molly and I can't stand up because if we did, you would only see our hips and our thighs, and that would be really weird. So I'm going to hold the flag. Miss Molly, what do you want everybody to look at?
I would like everyone to look at the white stars.
Very good. So if you're at home, please stand up. Put your right hand on your heart. Your left hand should be down at your side, and your eyes need to be on the white stars on 3. 1, 2, 3. I pledge
allegiance
to
the
the
flag
of the
United States of America
and to
the republic
for
which it stands,
one
one nation,
under
God,
indivisible, with
liberty and justice for all.
Very nice, friends. Like, I got many emails from your parents, many text messages, and many of them saying that you watch the morning meeting videos quite frequently, and many of them said they didn't know that you even knew the pledge. So that's pretty awesome. That if you learned anything in our class, you learned the Friday song and you learned the Pledge of Allegiance. All right. So when we look at our calendar, we have some special events coming up. That's especially why Miss Molly and I wanted to do this morning meeting, is to not only do the Friday song for one last time, but talk about some of these special events. So I'm going to give you a second for you guys to do some mental math. And if you can count how many special events we have on the calendar, please raise your hand when you have a number. I like the way Miss Molly's working. She was using her finger. She was counting, going back. She's got her hand up. I hope many of you do too. Miss Molly, did you come up with a number? And what is that number?
Number 6.
All right, friends, let's check Miss Molly's work. Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you came up with the number 6, you're pretty smart, just like Miss Molly. All right, so we're going to go over these. These two pictures right here with the boy on the bike and the girl at the beach are both say no school. So I'm going to have you read that with me together. No
school.
So Miss Molly, like I said, if he's on the bike and she's at the beach, what would those be good pictures to have on those calendar pieces right now?
Well, for right now, those two things seem like good things that you could do without a lot of people around. You can ride a bike with your mom or your dad or maybe a sister or brother, and you can go to the beach just with a mom or a dad or a sister or brother. You could practice social distancing.
And still go do something fun.
And still have fun. Yeah. I love riding a bike. You could ride, what did I say? You could ride a bike to the beach.
Yes, that sounds like an awful lot of fun. We couldn't do that here in Crofton because you'd have to really ride for a long time, but it would be a lot of fun. Now when we come down to this day right here, this is actually a holiday. This is a known day that we celebrate in our country and around the world, especially in Europe and the United States. And Miss Molly, do you know what Monday's holiday is?
I do. Monday is Memorial Day.
Very good. This says Memorial Day, and we have a flag on it because a lot of times everybody wears red, white, and blue. You see a lot of banners and buntings out on people's houses. And so back in the good old days, maybe even just last year, is there a parade in Annapolis for Memorial Day?
We used to have a parade every Memorial Day. We won't have one this year, but hopefully next year.
Hopefully next year. And you can still wear red, white, and blue.
Please.
So those are things that we just want to do. But what happens these next 3 days, and especially here, is the best. So we've all been making things a little different with our distance learning, but trying to stay connected. So what we're going to have on this day is called Field Day. This is a virtual field day. Miss Molly, what does Calvary do for Field Day? What does that mean?
Well, we used to, at Calvary, for Field Day, we would play games in the in the big gym and out on the courtyard and in the parking lot. We would do relays and different fun things with our friends. But this year, we're encouraging you to have your own field days at home.
Well, that sure sounds like it must have been a lot of fun to do at school with our friends. But I do know that Mrs. Parker has given us a very cool list of things, and that Miss Molly and I are going to go through them and try to figure out which ones we think would be most fun for you and for our families, so that we can definitely get outside and do some sort of field day as a family in our neighborhood and here at home. Now look at this cute little guy right here. Miss Molly, can you see what kind of creature that is, or is it too small?
I think I know what it is. Is it a teddy bear?
It is. It is a teddy bear. So this day is a teddy bear picnic. This is also virtual. Have you ever done a teddy bear picnic at Calvary before, Miss Molly?
No, we've done picnics. A lot of times at the end of field day, we would have a picnic when we would all eat outside and blankets and things. But I think this year, Mrs. Parker is encouraging everyone to have a teddy bear picnic at home outside, and bring one of your favorite stuffed animals or toy and have a picnic with them.
Well, it sounds like we're making some pretty good lemonade here and trying to come up with some new ideas that will create new memories with our families. So we have the field day, the teddy bear picnic. Both of those are virtual things, which means we do them remotely at home. But this next thing is the thing that Miss Molly and I are super excited about. This says class drive-by, and this is not a virtual event. What is it, Miss Molly? What did Miss Parker tell us?
Miss Parker's going to send out an email to all the parents and let them know when each class will be represented. So Mrs. Valentine and I think that Friday we're out between 12 and 1 o'clock. Is that right?
On that Thursday, yep.
On that Thursday, we'll be out at a table in the car line, and everybody in our class is encouraged to come in their car and do the car line. And that way we can stay at our table and wave hi and say hello. And then we'll have a table at the end with your end of year projects that you've been working on all year. Some of our friends have mentioned the special artwork that they've done and that they want their parents to get it. So a mom or a dad will get out of the car and come and get that.
Right.
I think that's it.
Now, can kids get out of the car that day?
No, unfortunately, no. We can wave hi, but no, we can't have that happen.
But I sure like how happy these people even look in the car, because this is the closest we're going to have seen each other for a very long time, and I am super duper excited about it. And I think it's really cool, Miss Molly, because not everybody got to do carpool line in our class. Many of our friends came for before care, and many of them stayed long after we left the regular school day. So the thing I like about this drive-by is if you come, we're all going to be doing the same thing. It's going to be the exact same line. Everybody's going to stay in their car. They're all going to wave. And I know that I'm really looking forward to that day for sure.
Me too.
So I wonder how many wake-ups there are until this day. Should we count, Miss Molly, to see how many days we have until this?
I would like to know.
Okay, so we are on today, which is May 15th. It's a Friday. So we're going to start counting here. We're going to count all the way to class drive-by. So here we go. We're going to start counting. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So actually we have less days to wait than we've already had in the month of May before we get to see each other. So that's going to be pretty darn great. I'm super excited about it. So normally we would tell what we were going to do today. I believe Miss Molly has one more thing she's wanting to show you.
I wanted everyone to see the caterpillars. Ooh. Aren't they getting big, Mrs. Valentine?
They are. Have you been giving them pizza and donuts or anything?
No, I'm leaving the lid on, and they're eating the stuff on the bottom. It used to, the food on the bottom used to be perfectly flat, and now it's like bumpy. You can tell where the caterpillars have eaten.
That is crazy.
it's really neat. It must taste pretty good. I'm not going to eat it. I can't imagine it tastes very good to me or you.
Are your kids enjoying seeing them at your house?
Yes, they are. It's been really nice. They check on them every day, but they don't shake it or anything. I better put it back down. Don't say bye,
Yeah.
guys.
We don't want them to get concussions or anything.
Or I don't want them to get dizzy.
Our Hatchables or Hatchimals, whatever.
Hatchimals. They're the original Hatchimals.
So that's what we were doing today. This was going to be our final morning meeting. It was our final Friday song. And so we're going to end this with a goodbye song. We had a good day. And that will be the end of this. And hopefully you'll enjoy watching this video whenever it's convenient for you. So did we have a good day, Miss Molly?
We did have a good day.
All right. And when we end the song, when we said, instead of see you again on Thursday or whatever, maybe we should say see you at the drive-by or something like that.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. So ready, on three, we're going to sing We Had a Good Day. 1, 2, 3. We had
a good day. We had a good day.
We
We had a good day. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Everyone.
Goodbye,
Bye, everyone.
goodbye, everyone.
Everyone.
We'll see
We'll
you
see you
again.
again at the drive-by.
Yay! Bye, everybody.
Bye, friends.